I did not enter the power ministry by choice. I entered the power ministry without even knowing I was in it, because I was contesting adversity. When adversity comes, contest it. Do not surrender yourself to adversity, because God is also there to hijack it and to use it. I was in the final year in the university. My parents did not send me to school on time because I came from the royal house. And my parents told me that if they send me to school, the teachers will beat me. So they kept me in the house till I was old. And one way or the other, my mother begged my dad, begged me to. I also wanted to go to school. Eventually, I found myself in the university. My final year, my project was on poultry because I studied animal science. And in the university farm, the fowls, the birds, the broilers that I was to use for my project, they started to die. And I knew that if they die, I would spend an extra year. Me that was already late in coming to school. So I was very determined not to spend an extra year. So I gathered the dead birds and knelt down in the university farm in Port Harcourt. And I began to cry to God. And all I was saying that I don't want to spend an extra year. I was already old before they put me in school. As I was crying and my tears were dropping on the chicken, they were standing one by one. I never entered the power ministry by choice. I entered into the power ministry by adversity, because I was confronting and contesting an adversity. They could die and I will spend another 1 year. So what is that to God? But if you know you don't want to spend an extra year, contest it, excuse me. God will grant it if you contest it. If you stay there and say, well, that's what it is, well, that will be what it is. Hagar and Ishmael were given up to die. Abraham gave them only a bottle of water of all that he had and sent them away in a desert. I've been a missionary in different countries that have no water. I was a missionary in Tanzania, where they bath once in a month because there's no water. And when you give a bottle of water to a mother and her son for a lifetime and a loaf of bread, and you send them, because the world have coined out very offensive languages and description of human circumstances. When you look at a person like Hagar and call her a single mother, who made her a single mother? And then throw her into the bush. That error is what the world is still facing today, trying to manage it. I wish Ishmael grew up in a house. If you grew up in a house, you have home training. But he grew up in the wild. That's what the Bible says, he will be a wild man. Those generations of human beings till today, they grow up in the wild. They're in the wild, they're in the bush. And have become a nuisance to the rest of us. It's been long. The Bible says that the water finished. It will finish when you give a bottle to two people for life of all that Abraham had. The Bible says that the woman kept the boy somewhere and said, let me not see the death of my son. That will be the prayer of every mother. May you not know the burial ground of your son. And the Bible said they cried to God. And as they cried to God, an angel appeared and said, what aileth thee? The boy was shouting water. And the Bible says, look, there's a well. Hagar went and fetched into the bottle from the well. Apparently, therefore, the well was not deep. Because if it was, they will need rope, which they don't have. When God digs a well for you, it will not be deep. Because that will create another problem. How do you access it? So it was within arm's reach. Abraham gave them a bottle. God gave them a well. But that is down to the fact that they contested the adversity. Contest the adversity. Your adversity can become a university. Some other people come to learn from it. Convert your adversity to a learning curve. Contest adversity.